Hello! John B here made a video, and basically this is going to be a reply to that. His video is called Vlogger Morality, and in that video he mentioned me, and I did not expect that to happen. I didn't expect to get a video response. I didn't expect to see comments about me and stuff like that. So first of all, I'd like to say thank you for that, because just thank you for thinking of me and so forth. But there was a couple of things in the video that I'm not comfortable with. First of all, the title, Vlogger Morality. I'll go backwards a bit. I made a video in which I said I was upset and reasons for this, and then in John B. his video he was saying he was questioning the morality of showing how you depict yourself on YouTube, whether you depict yourself as like a idealistic happy person all the time, or if you show different emotions, the morality of that. And so his title, the title of his video was Vlogger Morality, and so straight away I'd like to say not so comfortable with that title, because I don't really think it has much to do with morality exactly. Whether you show yourself as happy all the time, or sad all the time, or yourself all the time, or acting all the time, none of those are moral or immoral. They're just showing your emotions. None of them are right or wrong exactly, or any of that. I don't really think it's immoral. The next thing that I sort of found questionable was the word contrived, which used contrived, dictionary.com says means obviously planned or forced, artificial, strained. I am a bit uncomfortable with the idea that you think that if someone shows they're upset, then it's forced to gain sympathy. That makes me feel a bit odd towards you. First of all, the idea that I might have forced myself to be sad, and the idea that I knew there'd be sympathy at all, or that there would be, or anything like that. I don't know. But I've been thinking about the word forced in that sentence, in that definition, the word forced, and I think what I find in depicting myself on YouTube is that there are some things I decide not to say, such as talking about sex or money, or things like that. And isn't it? I guess it's more forced to try and rule those aspects out of showing you who I am, than it is to show you that I'm sad sometimes. One thing that I think is that in a manner you're forced. Well, I feel somewhat like I have to cover up the idea of showing myself as upset sometimes, because if I show myself as upset, then that small video of me upset is taken, what is emphasized, is shown as important because it's a video, and so that time and space of the day where I was upset is shown, as opposed to all of the times during the day where I was doing other things. Then there's the response side of it, where you could say that people, well, you implied people show themselves as upset for the sympathy, but on the opposing side, I try not to show myself as upset, because people will say, oh, it's for the sympathy, or people will think of me as a negative person who's broken or whatever, or who needs therapy or anything. Or if you show yourself as upset, you're going to get all of that side of it as well. You're not just going to get the sympathy part, and there's no guarantee you're going to get either response, but there's two sides of response you could get. You could get the sympathy response, or you could get the response where people find you unattractive, negative, broken, damaged, blah blah. So if you're going to say that people showing themselves as upset is contrived for sympathy, you've got to also see that that's not all they're going to get from it. They're not just going to get sympathy, and they're not definitely going to get sympathy. So yeah, it makes me feel sort of uncomfortable that showing you're upset could be taken as immoral or contrived in any way. Your video reminded me a bit of a question or a statement I heard on TV ages ago, which was that there's no true altruistic acts, because if you do something altruistic, there's always a possibility you're going to get something back for it, like being seen as a good person, or getting thanked and getting praise and stuff like that for your good act. And if there ever was a truly 100% altruistic act, and that there was known about, it would cease to be if it was known about, because people would know of it. And if people know of a altruistic act, then just their knowing about it kind of stops it being as altruistic. So I think there is to bring it back to your video, the idea that the way you display yourself is contrived, I think can be true in as much as everything you say outside your mouth is forced because you've chosen to say it instead of just think it, and so up to in as much as that, everything you do or say you have chosen to do or say, but less so than the altruism argument, because you couldn't, it's not really possible to just do nothing. But still. But then if everything I say is contrived and forced because I chose to say it instead of think it, then it's just a displayment of me rather than a negative enforcement.